Human nature is constant, predictable, and manipulable, not because it is weak, but because it is habitual. Niccolò Machiavelli, the great Renaissance thinker and political tactician, understood that beneath the sophistication of society lies a primal code. If one understands this code, the psychological threads that weave our behaviors, he holds the power not just to observe people, but to read them, predict them, and ultimately influence them. To read anyone instantly is not magic, nor guesswork. It is the art of seeing beyond words and into motives. What follows is an exploration, deeply Machiavellian, of 14 psychological tactics. They are not tricks of deceit, though they may be used for such ends, but tools of clarity. They strip away the mask of politeness, the veil of decorum, and reveal a human exactly as he is. Hungry, afraid, hopeful, and ambitious. Let us begin not as moralists, but as observers. For to see truly, one must suspend judgment. Tactic 1. Observe the ratio of emotion to logic. Most people like to think they're logical. They are not. When someone speaks, weigh their reasoning. Are they using more emotion than fact? Anger when questioned? Flattery instead of argument? This ratio tells you their motive. Machiavelli knew that a man ruled by emotion is easier to manipulate. The greater the emotion, the easier to control. A person who argues with anger has something to lose. A person who persuades with charm wants something from you. The wise observer doesn't listen to what people say. He measures how they say it. Tactic 2. Use the mirror of silence. People rush to fill silence. Why? Because silence forces them to reveal their inner monologue. Let a person speak and then fall silent. Don't nod. Don't react. Just watch. Machiavelli would say, the more a man speaks to fill your silence, the more he tells you what he fears, what he needs, and where he is vulnerable. Silence is not just absence of noise. It is the presence of pressure. Tactic 3. Disrupt their script. Most people live inside predictable behavioral scripts. Shake their expectations. Interrupt their rhythm. Ask a question that doesn't fit. Pause in a place where most people nod. Disruption reveals true character. It forces improvisation. In improvisation, you see the real person, not the mask. The nervous laugh, the delayed response, the eyes that flicker. These are the cracks in the armor. Tactic 4. Note what they repeat. Repetition reveals obsession. When someone repeats a name, a fear, a goal, they're exposing the emotional hotspots of their psyche. Machiavelli warned rulers to observe what their advisors repeated most. Was it security? Then they were afraid. Was it loyalty? Then they were disloyal. Repetition is not just a linguistic habit. It is the subconscious pleading to be seen. Listen closely. Their heart speaks through the loop. Tactic 5. The first response test. Ask someone their opinion on a controversial topic. Their first response is key, not the second, refined version. The instant flash of emotion, the reflexive word, the body's reaction. These are purer. They are unfiltered. Machiavelli understood that in politics, hesitation was a mask. The first response is a child of instinct. It cannot lie. Even the most strategic mind flinches before it corrects itself. Tactic 6. Watch for micro-ownership. A man touches what he values. Watch where someone's eyes go to a room. Watch what they adjust, what they straighten, what they defend when criticized. This is micro-ownership, a subtle sign of what matters to them. Machiavelli would observe how a man treated his desk, his pen, his signature. These gestures betray attachment. And where there is attachment, there is leverage. Tactic 7. Expose the ego through praise. Praise someone for something they're insecure about. If they glow, it is a lie. If they reject it, you've found truth. Machiavelli advised princes to test a court through praise, to find those who hunger for validation. Praise is not kindness. It is bait. To read someone, use it to fish out the depth of their need. A man's reaction to unearned praise is a mirror of his self-doubt. Tactic 8. Monitor their loyalty gradient. People are loyal, but not universally. Machiavelli believed loyalty was transactional. Listen for how someone speaks about others in different contexts. Do they defend a friend when he's absent? Do they stay consistent across rooms? A changing tone is a red flag. Reading someone means assessing their loyalty not to you, but to principle. If principle is absent, loyalty is rented. Tactic 9. Place them in ambiguity when someone doesn't know the rules. They reveal their ethics. Remove structure. Don't define expectations clearly. The Machiavellian reader watches what someone chooses when they're not being watched. When there is no reward, no punishment, only choice. Ambiguity is an X-ray. It reveals not the action, but the values behind it. It separates the genuine from performative. Tactic 10. Detect the hidden comparison. In every conversation, people compare. You to another, themselves to you. Watch for subtle signs. Most people wouldn't understand this, but you do. Or, I've never told anyone this before. This isn't just flattery, it's hierarchy. Machiavelli understood that comparison is a power move. By placing you above others, they're trying to climb beside you or under you. Reading this lets you see the unspoken status games. Tactic 11. Trace the trail of excuses. Every excuse has a story, and every story hides a pattern. The man who blames traffic once may be late. The man who always blames traffic is afraid of responsibility. Excuses are camouflage for weakness. Machiavelli would never punish the excuse. He would observe it. Is the excuse designed to avoid guilt, to control perception, or to mask fear? Excuses reveal more than admissions. They are the confession dressed in strategy. Tactic 12. Test for dependency. A person's degree of neediness can be measured by withdrawal. Pull away emotionally, socially, or even in conversation. Do they chase? Do they panic? Machiavelli advised leaders to test loyalty by scarcity. The person who cannot tolerate distance seeks control. The one who respects it seeks connection. Reading someone through absence is often more revealing than presence. Tactic 13. Decode their jokes. Jokes are truth with sugarcoating. Humor is often how the unconscious sneaks past the censors. Listen to how they joke about themselves, about others, about power. Machiavelli believed laughter was more dangerous than anger because it disarms truth. The man who laughs about betrayal may harbor it. The woman who jokes about control may crave it. Do not laugh with them. Listen through it. Tactic 14. Weaponize the watcher's gaze. Finally, Machiavelli understood the power of being the observer. When you watch someone without reacting, they feel it. People modify themselves when they know they're being read. This discomfort is where the truth leaks out. Keep a calm face. Let them perform. The more they perform, the more they deviate from authenticity. The observer holds a real power, not the performer. In mastering these 14 psychological tactics, you are not merely reading people. You are seeing them as they are, not as they wish to appear. Machiavelli's genius was not in cruelty, but in clarity. He stripped the human being of idealism and saw the motives, the instincts, the pressures that define us all. To read someone instantly, you must train yourself not to seek approval, not to seek connection, but to seek truth. And in doing so, you will gain an almost supernatural ability to detect lies before they're spoken, to predict betrayal before it arrives, to influence not by force but by foresight. Machiavelli once wrote, "Men in general judge more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see a thing, but few come in touch with it." To read someone is to go beyond the eye, to touch their motives, to see the truth behind the theater. And once you can do this, the world opens, not as a stage, but as a game where the reader, not the actor, always wins.